How would you feel if your 4-year-old child was essayed and physically assaulted by their preschool teacher in class? And then what if I told you that the principal of that school and the school district blamed your 4-year-old for that assault? Because according to court documents, that is what happened in one California school district. Comparative fault, contributory negligence, and assumption of risk were all placed on preschool children that were abused as their defense. This is in a state where no minor under the age of 18 can consent to SA. This happened at Terra Vista Elementary School, where Kim Pollock is the principal and one of the named defendants. And it happened in the Etiwanda School District, where Charlene Sprague is the superintendent. Allegedly, there were 2 whistleblower teachers that made several reports of abuse to children by a specific teacher to the school principal, all the way up to the superintendent herself, and nothing was done to protect these preschool babies. Now tell me, what do you think? Do you think it right or just for preschool babies to be blamed for abuse against them by a teacher? I think not.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. Our show title today, Are Public Schools Evil? You can decide for yourself. Again, it's when you have a bunch of people who have similar political views and view the world very similarly, and they do things that you find uncouth or bad, I mean, what else can you do? I mean, they have a system that protects each other. You know, it's like what you've described it the best way I've ever heard it, Chad. You know, teachers unions protect bad teachers, and it's like what you say. It's affirmative action for evil people.
Yes, that is all unions are designed to do, is to protect their members. They're not necessarily evil, especially if the person who's done something wrong hasn't actually done anything wrong.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. It's like the union's job is to protect its members. It
regardless
has
of whether or not they're guilty or not.
Exactly. Like, we don't live in a society where, we have evidence, and we have shown that we have evidence of, like, this is the other part, too, that's so evil about it, too. It's like 2 other teachers came forward in this particular to expose it, and the teachers union they're probably part of that same teachers union. So the evil and pervasiveness of this teachers union, like, you have 2 people of the union going after each other. It's like, hey.
And again, even if these 2 teachers get kicked out of this school, they're just going to push them to a school down the road.
Yeah.
Again, it's like that remember that guy who used to be in our book of business, you know, the guy that moved here from California. Mm-hmm. You're like, this guy was here for less than a month and was already being accused of the same thing he was accused of in California.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a correlation here.
We typed that guy's name in, and we saw that there were just articles, you know, of course, you know, local, not anything that would make mainstream news, but it's local articles of who this guy was, accused of, you know, assaulting a girl at school. Then he moves to another school, find another article. This guy accused of, you know.
So either he's super good looking and these girls just can't live without him, or he's pursuing these relationships with young girls. Mm-hmm. So again, this is what we're talking, like, the entire system may not be to blame. Well, actually, no. I mean, technically the system would be to blame here, you know, because, again, you get a bunch of people who are like-minded and think that, you know, their liberal orthodoxy is the way that life needs to be, and they will force that onto your kids. I mean, again, it's if anyone has a conversation with your kids and goes, you don't need to tell your mom and dad about this, that's wrong. Like, I mean, again, if you tell a kid that they don't need to tell mom and dad about this, you are evil. Yeah. It's like, we don't need to tell. Like, I mean, like, there's a different, and like, they'd be like, oh, so grandma giving a kid a sweet? No. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about grandma being like, here's an extra scoop of ice cream. Don't tell anyone, you know. We're talking like, hey, I know you're a boy, but you think you're a girl, right? And they're like, I don't know. And like, well, see, you being confused is an indicator that you are a girl.
Yeah, remember, that was the whole thing, too, especially in California schools, and we're going to find out here that's happening in Colorado schools. So this is not just relegated to those really liberal states. Like, it's all
Colorado's a liberal state.
Exactly.
But, you know, this is bad. I mean, this next video we're about to show you it's long, and we'll probably pause it in between and talk about it, but this one is crazy. Yeah. So the one we opened up with was bad.
I was getting back to what I was talking about. I was like, they don't, like in California, they don't have to tell you. They passed that law where teachers don't have to disclose if their kids is trans or whatever. Like,
they don't have to disclose mental health issues. Mm-hmm. They don't have to disclose violent happenings at the school with you. They don't have to disclose anything with you as a parent in California.
Yeah, which all these laws do is protect teachers and teachers unions.
And again, it's one of those things. It's shame and isolation. Like, if a kid's getting bullied or picked on at school or doesn't know how to handle certain social situations, mom and dad might be the best thing for him, but like I said, again, we don't have to tell anyone because, you know, it's like, again, it's like making them think it's shameful, therefore they shouldn't discuss it with anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, it's just like this isolation. Like, your parents are the best people to talk to about this stuff, unless you have, again, the exception that you might have abusive parents, but that's more of an exception than it is the rule.
Yeah. It is like less
90% of the time your parents want what's best for you.
Exactly. Like there's very rare occasions do you have like the worst parents in the world. They're like, I don't care what you do or whatever. But that is a rarity, not the rule. Exactly.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and check this this video out here.
Here we go.
In early May of 2021, my wife and I were asked by our daughter if she could attend Jenna Reap's after-school anime club at Wellington Middle School. Knowing there's a lot of inappropriate anime, we reluctantly gave our permission, trusting PSD to provide a safe, age-appropriate environment for our child.
That's where you went wrong.
December 13th, 2021, on our bathroom floor, I sat with my child in my arms, waiting for the ambulance to arrive. She had tried to kill herself. At her request, we had pulled her from Wellington Middle School just days before. I rode with her in the back of the ambulance to the emergency room, and I sat by her side during a 72-hour hold. And the only reason they would let me do that is because she was only 12. And I watched helplessly as the ambulance pulled away to Denver so that she could get the help that she so sorely needed. Not a single PSD employee reached out to us to understand what in the PSD environment may have contributed to her decision to end her life. Not a single PSD employee.
Pause it really quick.
It wasn't until May of this.
Again, it's that like Bradley Cooper from what is it, the Hangover mentality.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if you're not at school, you don't exist to me. You know, like, look, and I get it. That's the way I am with a lot of stuff. When it comes to work, like, I do not want to deal with work stuff when I go home. But at the same time, it's like, one of our kids tried to commit suicide. Like, nobody in the school's like, I wonder why. What could be causing it? And of course, all the what he's going to tell you is this anime club was disguised as a transgender. It was
it was a transgender, like, kind of like
safety club or something like that.
Sex club kind of thing.
Yeah, so
they talked about adult stuff.
They disguised it as an anime club, but it was really about trans stuff. So again, this is what's so pervasive is the fact that no teachers. I mean, this is something that was done through the school, and they lied. I mean, so they lied about what this group was to this guy, saying that this is an anime club, but it was really a trans club. Mm-hmm. So that is disgusting. The fact that they can lie about what an organization is they're joining. I mean, again, that's just flat out lying to you. That is, it's a slap in the face. But sorry, what
says here, held a secret gender and sex club and told kids not to tell their parents what it was. So
exactly, God, evil. But yeah, sorry, we'll keep going.
This year, when Wellington Middle School made the news that we had a much better understanding of what had happened and realized that our experience was not an isolated incident. Anime Club was actually a club about gender and sex, and when we asked our daughter if she was ever told to lie to us about it, she said she was told that students didn't have to talk to anyone about what was being said in that room, and if parents asked, students didn't need to tell them.
Evil. Evil. You don't have to tell anyone what's going on in the school. Don't tell mom and dad. Don't tell mom and dad. It's our little secret. That sounds like abuser behavior. Mm-hmm. That's grooming behavior. That's evil.
We need to bring back groomers, making groomers a topic again, where we just spam anybody that's like, why won't you let us talk to your children? No, groomer.
Yeah, no. It's gross. Sorry, we can go ahead and continue.
And it felt like a slap in the face to me to listen to Brian Kingsley and Kelby Benedict, the principal, through email and in person and video, that they fully support and encourage these organizations that they know bring with them a highly elevated suicide rate. When we met with Kelby, he told us, I am proud of the community that we've created in Wellington, a community that led to my daughter's decision to try and end her life. And when we shared our experience with Kelby, he told us that kids being invited to art club and anime club were just rumors, and then suggested our daughter was lying with regards to what Jenna Reap had told her about talking to parents.
Pause.
I would love to.
The principal saying, oh no, your daughter's lying. Obviously something mentally affected her in that school enough to make her want to do that.
Yeah, 100%. And then the school, like, just trying to sweep it under the rug. But that's what they do, and that's what these teachers' unions tell them to do. The lawyers and the teachers, don't say anything. Keep your mouth shut.
Never admit fault.
Yeah, never admit fault.
You never did anything wrong. You don't know what what they're talking about. And again, the fact that they can just bold-faced lie to your face about your kids and what they're going through and what they're experiencing, be like, oh no, this trans club, it's just an anime club. Your daughter's lying to you about the nature of the club she was in.
Yeah. Evil. True evil. And this is why people are wanting to pull their kids out of schools and do homeschooling stuff now.
Yeah.
Because of stuff like this. If this happens to your kid, yeah, you would never trust public schools ever again.
Yeah.
To trust PSD, but the last time I did, the PSD environment, which you're also very proud of, nearly cost me my child's life. And you ask me to trust you again. To what end? So you can finish the job that you started? PSD, please stop encouraging organizations that you know bring with them a highly suicidal environment. Our children's lives are at stake.
Yeah. So these clubs and organizations, who would have guessed that gender ideology stuff confuses children so badly and messes with their brains so badly that they want to commit suicide?
Again, the transgender suicide rate is 40% regardless of whether or not you transition.
Or not, yeah. The
If you
suicide rate
if you don't
does not
transition,
desist.
suicide's 40%. If you do transition, still 45%.
Yeah, so it does not desist. So the whole thing that they're like, if you let them, you're protecting them. If you let them get the surgery, you're actually helping them. It's like, no, the suicide rate for the community stays the same regardless of post-op or pre-op.
That's why that little video we reviewed yesterday was so terrifying. That Netflix thing where they promoted that trans documentary. I mean, like they showed that like it was a positive thing. You know, again, if you are conservative and a Christian, you view that because it's a horror film for what it is. But again, they played off as this, it's this beautiful, inspirational thing. Like they're your authentic self. It's like, I don't know. I don't think giving yourself tits and cutting off your willy makes you your authentic self.
Yeah. And that's true. And again, this is why it's so pervasive again, is because remember, you're not only are you lying to yourself, but all these new laws and stuff that Democrats are trying to make with this are telling you that you have to affirm them.
We have to participate in the lie.
Yeah. If you don't, you're going to jail. So this is what we're talking about. Like, that's true evil. Like, not only are they lying to themselves, they're forcing you to lie on their behalf.
Yeah. It's the whole reason Jordan Peterson got famous, because he refused to use the gendered language that they were trying to require him to use in school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is not just in, like, elementary schools. I mean, it came down from the colleges. I mean, look, this right here shows what's going on in these colleges right now with this guy right here. Wild. This guy claims that the man who shot Charlie Kirk was a right-winger. This is very false. He presented this argument with zero proof to back it up. The audacious claim. Typical liberal. And again, this is the thing we always talk about. Liberals don't have any idea what the conservatives believe. They hear a straw man and they go, yeah, that's what they believe, and then they walk away.
They read a headline and they walk away. Yes. Again, and even if they don't, even if you read the first paragraph of the article, that's a lie too, or it's a misinformation. Like I said, you get to the very bottom and go, oh, now I see that. Again, it's the whole PolitiFact thing where they go, Donald Trump did a backflip on, January 22 of 2025, and they go, fact check, false. It was actually January 26 when he did the backflip. And it's like, so it's all a lie. So it's like, oh, well, he did a backflip though, right? It's like, he did that, but it's false because the date was wrong. They'll get you on a technicality. Even if it's mostly true, it'll be like, they'll say mostly false because the date's wrong, or one thing's wrong. One aspect of the story is skewed.
Yep. I mean, we can just show that with the Republicans and the conservatives have shown that with the whole, like, they don't want to give illegals free health care, where we literally showed in our video, like, not too long ago, who here wants to give illegals free health care back in the 2016 platform? Every single Democrat raised their hand. So they lie constantly.
Yep. What else you got?
Right here. This is that guy. These are those two guys that go around, like, following Charlie Kirk's thing, debating at college universities.
Picking up the mic. Yep.
So check this out.
Says the left is violent. Does anybody disagree?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Why do you disagree?
Because the majority of political violence is right-wing violence.
Maybe some examples of it?
Sure.
in the last 5 years?
Sure, Charlie Kirk.
That was a right winger.
Where's Mr. Source?
Or sorry, that was a left winger.
What's your source?
What's our source?
One second. What is your source that the individual that killed Charlie Kirk is a right winger?
What's your source?
I'm asking you. What is the source?
I heard it on Jimmy
It's a
Kimmel.
right winger.
Your claim here today, you guys told us to come here to debate left-wing political violence, so it's your guys' claim that it's left-wing.
And you're disputing it, correct? So it's on you to present the argument of why you're disputing it. Actually, you already made the claim that the person that assassinated Charlie Kirk is a right winger. It's not associated with anything to do with the left. So what is your proof for that?
Do you know any right winger that has a transgender boyfriend?
You guys are
Do you know that?
you guys are literally obsessed with transgender people. It's like
No, but do you know
It's
that?
an objective fact.
Do you know name one right winger with a transgender boyfriend?
And just like to point out right there that they always do that. The moment that you bring up, do you know any right winger that has a transgender boy? Why are you guys so obsessed with transgenders? We're not. You guys are making us be.
Yeah,
Because we have to affirm them. We have to do all this stuff. You're passing laws to protect them.
And also, I mean, they were bringing up the point, the fact that if you're on the right, you're probably straight, period. Like, right-wing people don't tip. Like, there are some gay conservatives, but for the most part, we're a pretty small club.
Mm-hmm.
It's like most people on the right are straight and live normal, heteronormative lifestyles.
Yeah. We'll keep playing this. I think this is about done.
The sign says the left is violent. Does anybody disagree?
Yeah, it just restarted.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's it for that one. But then we have this right here, which I showed this one before, if you remember this. We just talked about how kids today have no reference for anything. They're just like, they think everywhere in the world is the same. Everywhere that they're going to go is like America. It's
Yeah,
like, no, most places don't have running water.
Yeah, the whole global citizen, we're not citizens of a nation or a state. We're citizens of the globe. We're global citizens. I'm a sovereign citizen. It's like,
And this just goes to show you is like that. Like I said, everyone's like, "Oh, teachers work hard. They do this." How come kids don't know this stuff? You're just teaching them stuff in a textbook to pass a test. You're not teaching them how the world works.
The government certified stuff. You're not teaching. And again, I guess the government certified stuff is this trans LGBTQ stuff now too. So now we're really not learning.
Yeah, exactly. I said when you have to worry about having LGBTQ, history classes. Which, what have they done for history? Not much.
Yeah, basically they'll probably teach you that Harvey Milk was the most important person in history.
Yeah, pretty much. But we'll check this guy out again because I love this guy right here. He just wrecks all these college kids. I think he had college kids. So let's check this out.
My U.S. History Survey class, how many of them would sell their U.S. citizenship for $30,000? Half the room raised their hand. They saw no benefit to being a U.S. citizen. And so I asked these rocket geniuses where they would spend their $30,000. And one guy said, well, I'll take it to Mexico. And I said, well, as soon as somebody figures out that you're 19 years old with $30,000 in your pocket, you're going to end up in a bad way. Then next one said, well, I'm going to go to Germany, best standard of living on earth. And I said, great, that $30,000 will last you about 6 months, and then you'll figure out what their social welfare system looks like. And then third guy said, well, I'll go to Egypt. And that was so out of left field. I said, all right, everybody, stop what you're doing. Pull out your phones, pull out your tablets, and go to a website called wherecanidrinkthewater.com. And just see where on planet Earth you can just turn on the tap and drink the water. And these kids were stunned. They were absolutely gobsmacked that you couldn't go to Russia, for instance, for most of Russia, and turn on the faucet and get a glass of water. You certainly can't do that in Egypt. And so that's when I started to figure out these kids have no context for their own modern life. And things that we take for granted here have a larger story, a larger context that they need to understand, or they're not going to be fully educated. One time
again, this is like that Ian Malcolm quote from Jurassic Park. He's talking about the scientists that engineered those dinosaurs. I mean, we're talking about life in general. Like, we stand on the shoulders of giants, makers of industry, our ancestors who built this nation. They built the roads we use. They built the infrastructure we have, and we just go. And this is why, again, put some people, make people join the army. Go out in the woods for 2 weeks. Survive on your own out there. It'll change your perspective on what is you are entitled to.
Mm-hmm. Like,
it's crazy. I mean, again, it's like, electricity is just in the building. How could somebody shut it off? You know, it's like, well, you didn't pay your bill. Somebody built the infrastructure to get that bill there. You're not paying for the electricity. You're paying for the transition you're paying for the electricity that's coming and put into your building.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. There's no reference anymore. I mean, I forget. I wish I had pulled it up now. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But the person who's like asking, like, it was a hunting video. Like, someone was hunting. He's like, and there was these people yelling at a hunter for hunting, and they're like, and he's like, well, where do you get your meat? And they go, the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, where do they get their meat? And like, the person had no clue that meat came from animals, from slaughtering animals.
Yeah,
you know, and just like these people have no reference.
Yeah, a lot of people. Again, if you have no frame of reference for where things come from, again, it's like what they need to teach in schools. They need to take kids to a slaughterhouse one time, show them where steak comes from. Show them the process, you know. Might turn a bunch of them vegan, which I'm sure vegans would love. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you like McDonald's hamburgers? This is where they come from. Mm-hmm. You know, like, this is where your food comes from. This is what this man has to do every day to work and cultivate these animals and then send them to a slaughterhouse, butcher them. I mean, there's a lot that goes on. And again, people just have no frame of reference for it. They don't have any idea. And again, the infrastructure setup, like, you're not paying for the water, you're paying for the maintenance of the water pipes to your house.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying for.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes for the electric poles. You're paying for the maintenance.
Someone is bringing that water to you. Whether or not, you know, you think that it should be like that, like for the whole world, but someone is bringing you that water. Someone is pumping that water towards you. Mm-hmm. It's not just there. Everyone's just like, oh, it's just there. All homes have these things. Like, no, they don't. And as we just saw from that guy right there, that there's places you can't go. And like, then that's the problem, is then the left obfuscates the argument by going, well, there's certain places like Flint where you can't drink the water. And just like, yeah, that's like an anomaly. And two, you can drink the water. They just don't recommend drinking high quantities of it.
Yeah, high quantities of it, for sure. But yeah, what else you got?
Well, they're just going to the memes now. So, you Christians keep shoving your beliefs down people's throats. And how was school today? And then
we saw this meme yesterday. This is a great meme. Again, this is a perfect representation of modern public schools.
Yeah, and that's what's going on. Is like, they care more about indoctrinating your children and shoving the LGBTQ message down their throat than they do about educating them.
Yeah.
Then this next one here goes to show you that liberals are dominant. You wonder why your kids are becoming like indoctrinated at schools, or why they go to college as, you know, conservative, but then they come out like these left-wing extremists. This is why. Look at this. Teachers unions are 98.5% a liberal, and only 1.5% Republican.
Okay, look, I mean, again, folks, look, you can't just be like, well, that's because liberals are smarter. It's like, that's not a good answer. Mm-hmm. That's not a good answer at all.
Okay, and remember, we've already talked about this too. There's only 3 types of people that want to be teachers. People who wanted to be teachers their whole lives. There's people in college who flunked out of everything else and just became teachers because they had no other options. And 2 or 3 now, the activist. The activist class has become teachers. Yep. And they're trying to indoctrinate your kids. And that's why they joined. I mean, there's all sorts
you
of
can
TikTok.
find them.
Yeah, exactly. You'll find them. Like, Lives of TikTok brings them on. I became a teacher to indoctrinate children to become more pro-tolerant and more LGBT or whatever else. Just like, okay, so you're not a teacher because you want to be a teacher. You're there to indoctrinate children. You just proved it. Mm-hmm. So, 100%. But anyway, but then we have here, K through 12 teachers are 68% liberal, 32% conservative, so there's at least some conservatives in the K through 12 program. And then again, college professors, 93% liberal, 7% Republican. So again, this is why kids are being indoctrinated in like believing these insane things nowadays.
Mm-hmm. And there's no pushback either. Mm-hmm. Unless you're the 1% of kids that gets that conservative
this
teacher.
This is why it's what we talk about. Is like, it's so important for you to be involved in your child's life and know what they were taught. Like, ask them, what did you do today at school? All this you need to know, because the only conservative pushback is the parent.
And the conversation you also need to have too is, if anyone ever tells you not to tell mom and dad, that person is a bad guy, and you need to come tell mom and dad immediately. And number 2, that right there, this meme right here, or this graph, is why they killed Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
that's why they killed Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm. Then this one is just a scary one right here. Is students at PASD allegedly pointed at the red slips conservative students and called them Nazis. Uh-oh, there we go. All right. This was an assignment in a high school at Middleton, Wisconsin. Kids were expected to write their full names and identify either as Democrats or Republicans or independents in a public, not in public, in the hallway of the school. One female student who did not participate heard others say, "All those people are Nazis," pointing to the red squares. The teacher then ordered her to participate, even though she indicated that she was afraid to, and told him about the Nazi comment. He dismissed her and ordered her to complete the assignment. She was described as shaking after being ordered to out herself.
And with what just happened to Charlie Kirk, why wouldn't she be terrified to identify her political affiliation?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, it's open season on conservatives now.
Yeah. And look at this. This is also the concerning part too. Is like all these kids. That is left wing. They all are think authoritarianism, whereas right wing is all right wing libertarianism or freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only one person over here that's slightly above in the authoritarian margin,
mm-hmm.
and the rest of them are the purple ones. I would assume are independents.
Yep.
So this is scary stuff. There's only few. Look how few there are of the left wing liberalism or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, they're all skewing left-wing authoritarianism.
Yep.
So this is insane.
Scary thought. And again, the fact that teachers force the students to do it, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And again, considering that there's so much political violence right now, this is a danger. Like I said, they're making students pick on other students for their political beliefs.
Exactly. It's a peer pressure thing. I mean, are you going to authentically say what you are, or are you just going to join the mob? And like I said, the problem with the mob is most people join the mob because they're too afraid to stand against this.
Yeah.
It's peer pressure. It's like most people at the school are saying this thing. Let's say you enjoy, I remember back in the day, watching things like anime and stuff when we were kids. Most people are like, "Oh, that's stupid. You shouldn't watch anime." And it's just like, yeah, I don't watch anime, secretly going home and watching Dragon Ball Z after school. It's like, I just won't tell anybody that because the kids that I think are cool don't think that's cool. So it's like, well, this is just an aspect of my life I'm going to hide from everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
And they go,
you didn't want to be that one.
The trans argument, though. It's like, yeah, but we're not mutilating bodies, though.
Yeah. You didn't want to be that kid that was still watching cartoons as a teenager or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
We're too old for that now.
Yeah.
But anyway, this next one here I have is just a funny meme, not really related to schools, but no one goes anywhere until the illegals get free health care. And with the government shut down right now, with people who do have government jobs having a hard time getting paid, I just found this to be extremely relevant because, again, it's the Democrats holding this up now.
Yeah. Despite what they say, this is the Democrats' fault, not the Republicans' fault.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not getting paid as a soldier, don't blame the Republicans, blame the Democrats. It's like they're letting more people take your money than giving money to you. Yeah. They would rather you not get paid than not get their way when giving money to illegals.
Yep, and we're just about wrapped up, but next one I have here, is your child a far-right extremist? Look for the warning signs. Aversion to drugs, alcohol, and pornography. Interest in physical fitness and mental well-being. Growing a collection of classic literature. Monogamy. Desire to marry and procreate. Increased time spent outdoors or in nature. Appreciation of the nation, history, and culture. Disdain of modernism and postmodernism.
Yeah. Yep. That's right, man. That's absolutely right.
It's basically saying anyone who's not willing to bow or kowtow to the new narratives that the liberals make up. It's like, oh, you believe in history and all this stuff? Well, history's racist.
Yeah, history's racist. It's like, I'm pretty sure history's violent, too.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't change what it is.
Next one I have pulled up here again. 2026. You are evil, racist bigots. Your words are violence. We love all people and just want to have dialogue with those we disagree with and find common ground. And that's Charlie Kirk back in 2016. And then 2025. Charlie Kirk deserved to die, and so do you. And then it's the evil,
the
smiling
insane smiley face. Yeah,
says these are not people. There is no common ground with demons.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's like, what do you want? The temperature has been turned up, and everyone keeps saying it's conservatives that need to dial it down. We're not the ones that are killing people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially the most peaceful, God-fearing people in the world, like Charlie Kirk.
Just love these ones, man. You are a right-wing extremist. The Antifa guy all dressed in black, wearing a mask, carrying a flag. Then guy just holding his son or his baby
daughter,
or whatever. Yeah. You're just like, yeah. he's the extremist.
Yep.
Said he's doing the thing that we've been doing for hundreds of thousands of years.
Being a productive member of society and a normal person is extremism, and not having a family and just not having a job and walking around being a protester all day that's normal. That's pathetic, dude.
I forgot to show this one yesterday, but this one was great. It's a rabid dog, and it's Netflix with an LGBTQ collared dog. Then it goes click. And you see Elon Musk, rabid dogs must be put down, and the shotgun says cancellation on it.
Hell yeah.
Just missed that one yesterday when I was going through. Then, of course, there's this right here. It's going to show you how tolerant these universities are. Said University of Delaware facility approved a show thanks Charlie Kirk's killer in the credits. So this would be like what we did at TU. The TU TV, so this is like that. Whatever this University of Delaware's like television program.
Their campus news program. And disgusting.
Thank Charlie Kirk's killer, and then here's the whole thing. Keith, and it says, of course, he has he says here, thanks to Charlie Kirk's killer. Is this okay, University of Delaware or U Delaware? The University of Delaware's own student TV network, STN 49. Advised by the school's communications department, aired an episode of the bi-weekly show that included a credit thanking Charlie Kirk's killer. After the students noticed the episode was deleted and re-uploaded without it. I'm told that the department wanted this to quietly go away quietly. It was produced under the facility oversight funded by the university and greenlit through a sanctioned program. Who approved this, and the consequences will follow.
Oh, I mean, again, if you have good people in charge, like Dave Moncrief, who recently just passed away, who was in charge of us at TUTV, he would never have let that fly. I mean, again, who's in charge of that program where he didn't see? I mean, again, some random kid could just slip that into the credits without the advisor knowing, but I mean, like, punishment should ensue immediately. I mean, like, whoever was in charge of the credits would have been gone. I mean, our guy, Dave, would have, like, looked at the show before he even put it out and been like, nope. We'll just not have the show this week then, if that's what it was going to be. So, again, you got to have people of good moral character. And again, this goes to show you, there are no people of good moral character on the left. Like, this is what they think's cool, people running this communications department. That's pathetic, man.
100%. 100%. Next one here, they don't call you Nazi because you are one. They call you Nazi so that anything can be done can be justified to you. So yeah. Yep. And again, you learn it at schools. You learn it from the news. Your what are they called? Your favorite band talks about it. And then you as the individual are all these people who actually go crazy.
This is another example of what got Charlie Kirk killed. It is everywhere in our culture. It's everywhere in the media. I mean, remember, David Arbor from Stranger Things went up and said, it's okay to go and punch Nazis in the face. It's like, we've been hearing that rhetoric forever now.
Yeah. Then getting back to this is, again, we showed this yesterday, but this is who you have to choose from, people. Do you want your kids to go watch this or view this, the progressive, or do you want the extremist, the guy wearing a suit that's just like, have a family, get a job,
fear God.
Kids. Fear God, have kids. Then this person, drug addicted, crazy person that
dressed up
like a demon, transvestite, and reading to your children.
When I made the shorts of that, somebody commented, goes, the difference is the person on the left isn't hurting anyone, and Charlie is. And it's like, what are you talking about? So, I mean, again, it's one of those people that's like words are violence kind of thing.
Exactly, but that's the issue. Is like, to the left, words are violence, whereas to the right, like, violence is violence.
Yeah.
And again, so if words are violence to the left, that means violence is justified against you. So this is the problem. The left is okay with violence, always has been. All right, next thing I have. Oh, yeah. Again, this is just completely irrelevant, talking about teachers. Like, so that means most teachers and all these people in these unions are all like this. They're extremely close-minded, whereas people who are like us, conservatives, are extremely open-minded.
And even if it was the case that we weren't open-minded, we're forced to hear your views every day, all day, on the news, on CNN, on ABC, on MSNBC. It's in all, like what we talked about yesterday. It's in all of our TV shows. It's everywhere. We have to see it. It hits us everywhere. It's nonstop, the attacks on what normal
it's
is.
It's in our comics. It's in our movies. It's in our television. It's in our video games.
It's at
in
schools.
our schools. Yeah, we've seen it. It's everywhere, and this is the issue that we have. Is that
And you guys, and again, you guys think you guys are the ones with open minds. It's like, look how close-minded you guys are.
Yeah. And remember, there's a reason why you get kicked out of the Democratic Party for not following in lockstep with everybody. It happens. Like I said, all they care about is people who will follow the rules to the letter.
And again, everybody's gonna be like, "Not me. I'm really actually open-minded when I see this." It's like that. I'm not like that. It's like, yeah, you are. You're all like that.
100%. And let's see here again. This one's always good. The whole updated comic of why you are now right wing now. It's because the left has just gone this far, and again, now they're reverting to violence because anybody that doesn't go along with what they say needs to be stopped.
I mean, if the left gets their way, you basically saying, I just want to be able to own my own car. That's going to be fascism. Expect it. Like, private property ownership is going to be fascism very soon.
Evil. True evil. But that's really, I think, all we've got for today. You want me to play out with this one or the other one?
I would play us out with that one. You can just show this one as a funny little thing before we sign out.
Which one? This one? The one of the dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this really isn't public school related, but it's kind of like Islam related, like we talked about a couple days ago. But it's just a funny video of a guy who was trying to assault a girl, and the dad comes out and sicks the dogs on him.
Yep. It says here, Pakistani migrant Mohammed trapped a 12-year-old girl he had met on social media and tried to sexually assault her, but was interrupted when the father came out with his dogs. But this is even more hilarious because in Islam, dogs are like
they have
dirty.
Basically, they're trying to ban dogs from the UK now
because
of Muslims living there.
Exactly. Like I said, they don't like dogs.
Huh? What do we say? Get him! Get him, Max! Get him, Max! Get him, Ghost! Get him! Get him, Ghost! Fucking tell him, boy! Good boy, Ghost! Good boy! Huh? That's not enough. No, get his face, Ghost! Ghost, get him! Get him! Get him!
It's funny.
It is funny. It's good stuff. I mean, again, that guy deserves it. You don't try to take a 12-year-old girl. I mean, again, this is the cultural enrichment you get when you get Islam into your country. So,
and remember, it's allowed in their religion too, because they're not of the faith. You're allowed to do whatever you want to people who aren't of the faith.
You're dirty.
But that's all we've got, man. So if you want to close us out,
absolutely. So that's really about all we've got for you today. Like I said, again, that last video was just kind of try to end on a fun one. But again, are public schools evil? I mean, maybe not the public schools themselves, but the system that. I mean, it's like what the left says. It's the system, man. The system's what's doing it. But again, who's in charge of that system? It's been the left for a long time. Who's in charge of the teachers' unions? The left. And again, they don't try to protect kids. They only try to protect their union members. It's not about protecting your kids. It's about protecting the union.
Yep. Why do you think schools get so quiet after an incident happens? Let's just let this go away.
They send their lawyers and they go, shut up. Don't say anything. You know, don't admit fault. Don't admit guilt. That's what they do. It's about protecting the teachers. It's not about protecting your kids. Your kids
are a second thought. They're an afterthought.
They're an afterthought. Like, education's for kids, but the schools, they're for the teachers, to protect them. And again, if you don't see teacher, and again, I'm sure we don't have very many teachers that watch the show, but if you're a teacher and you see something like this happen, you should reconsider how you vote. You should reconsider being affiliated with your union. Because this is what they do. They don't protect the kids. They just protect you. Which sounds great. It's like, oh, guaranteed work forever. Again, it's like that guy that came through our book of business. He just got moved he went to 3 different schools in California, then came here to Oklahoma, and now they just moved him down the road. Same with that guy who's had the dresses in the school for the kids in Owasso that James O'Keefe busted. Freaking, I can't remember the kid's name now, but
I don't remember either.
But now he's working in Tulsa. He's working at Metro or something, right?
Yeah. Last I heard, but it's not like we're keeping tabs on them.
They don't get rid. They get fired from their school, the school that they currently work at, but they just push them down the road. They don't go anywhere. They're still teachers.
They just send the abuser to another school where they abuse again.
Yeah. So again, it might be the banality of evil, but I mean, at some point you just gotta look at it like it's evil. So I mean, that's just my opinion. If you don't agree with us, let us know in the comments. You know, let us know how we're wrong. But then I'll just say you're wrong. But anyway, that's about all I've got for you today. This is the Twins with Owasso Live. This was the Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. That's all I've got for you. God bless you.
See you later, everybody.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes. Are they going to endanger the planet by not dealing with climate change? Yes.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
She's a genuine danger to American security.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
We have to preserve our democracy, or speak out against lies and hate.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there is unrest in our lives.
Have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is.
President Biden has been clear-eyed about the threat that the former president represents to our democracy.
Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy and our most fundamental freedoms.
Kamala needs to stop saying that President Trump is a threat to democracy. It's now being received by some unhinged people as a call to action. Enough is enough.